Match 3, this hand is good, I will keep it. Delver. Delver, meet Bomat Courier. Do you wish to trade? I gotta admit, when I first saw Bomat Courier, I wasn't super impressed. And I played a bunch of Standard, and I realized how much I hated Ramen Up Red, and mostly because of Bomat Courier. Just feeling like you have to use good removal on some stupid little 1-drop with haste, just, you never feel good about killing it, even with a shock or a bolt. Of course, the turn 1 blind Delver flip is inevitable, but hey, what can you do? Oh, he bottom because he doesn't have a land. Unfortunately, I know he has bolt. I'd rather not have the Overseer bolted, so I'm going to run out Ravager this turn. Okay, I accept this. This is fine. Wow, if I draw a 1-drop, like this courier is gonna get a lot of value. If it was a Galvanic Blast though, the Delver of Secrets would be dead. I would be attacking with Vault Scourge instead. So keep in mind, it's doing well, but also the Delver would be dead if it was a blast. So if I could just get outraced by a Delver with some disruption, and the Bomat Courier doesn't end up drawing a lot of cards, then maybe it was better for it to be a blast. Because I would have done Vault Scourge into Ravager Blast. So this would be dead now. So I wouldn't be going to 12. I'd be basically stabilizing at 15. Interesting. Don't feel like I need this mountain. So I played the Steel Overseer and then I attack with Bomat Courier and cash it in for 3 cards. Unless he's about to bolt it right now. Oh, interesting. He's not. Bounce it. You know what? I'm just going to draw my 2 cards. Got some Signal Bests. I'm not sure that ended up being better than killing the Delver. Killing the Delver would have been quite good. As it is, me. Alright. So as long as he's off Electrolyze, though, I'm doing pretty good. Right now I'd have to chump attack with things to get through the Insectile Aberrations, so I'll just attack for 2 with Blink Moth. And then I'll play Citadel Pest. And then next turn, I'll chump attack with 1 thing, but get tons of damage in. which is worth it. No, I expect him to kill the signal pests before I attack. Oh. Yeah, this is spectacularly good for me, I think. I mean, I suppose he could electrolyze and kill 2 of the attacking creatures and then eat a signal pest, and I do like 6 damage and be down a whole ton of cards. So that could be bad. On the other hand, he could also just have nothing and die. Like, what if he's got remands in hand? Because you know Delver has remands. Like, remands, Disrupting Shoal, maybe. Maybe a Jace. I could definitely see him having Jace in his hand. So what do I want to bring in? Against Delvers, I like Grid. I like Etched. I like Bitter Blossom. I like Thoughtseize. Sorry about that. Alright, 3. This is probably a click. And he clicks himself, puts something garbage to the bottom. I'm gonna guess the garbage thing he's putting to the bottom is a Disrupting Shoal. Or a Remand. Monoleak. Okay, well, garbage. And then click dies against anything that it blocks. No matter what, he's taking a bunch of damage. So Aberration blocks a Signal Pest. Click probably blocks Scourge. And he takes 6... No, Click is blocking a Signal Pest. Okay, that makes sense. He takes 9, 11 damage down to 1. That makes no sense. He's not dying to poison. That's a terrible, terrible block. That's really stupid if he does that. That's still quite stupid. The only block that makes sense is... Okay. The only block that really makes sense is Aberration on Signal Pest and Click on Scourge. Maybe some slight variation of Click on Signal Pest is also fine. Anyways, he takes 9 and goes to 3. Yeah, like this is an okay block. I wouldn't call him stupid for doing it. This is probably what I would do in his shoes. Or at least close to it. Okay. Well, he has 7 cards to my 8. Or 8 cards to my 8. Except mine are in play, and he's at 3. And a fetch land is kind of stupid. Not stupid, bad. Bleh. My opponent's played... Anyways, enough of my griping. I'm just going to attack with the Blink Moth. I should have pumped it. That's dumb. I should have main phase pumped the my Blink Moth so that he cannot electrolyze. Because now he can electrolyze and kill it and the Signal Pest. That was a huge mistake. Oh. Is it Charm? Okay. Is it Charm is fine. Maybe I should have been getting in with Ink Moth next eye. Eh. Probably not worth it. Also should have played the drum. Wow, I've played this game poorly. Anyways, reason I was saying I should have done that main phase is because in main phase I could have had the non-attacking Blink Moth pump the attacking Blink Moth, and then if he electrolyzes to hit the Signal Pest and the Blink Moth, the attacking Blink Moth in response to the pump, then the one that would have attacked pumps itself, so it goes up to 3, so it avoids the electrolyze being killed, and I give him less value anyways. He didn't have it, so it didn't matter, but that's why I should have done it like that. Steel Overseer. I will attack with an Ink Moth. See what he does. The reason I'm playing so slowly is that I'm quite far ahead, but it's very conceivable that he has answers to what I do, and if I play too aggressively and give away a bunch of value trying to rush him dead, then I very easily could see him turning around the game if he just draws a bunch of gas and not a lot of lands. And so I don't want to give him the out of winning because I played far too aggressive when I'm super far ahead. See if this kills the aberration. Probably not. Snap Bolt. Bolt's the Ink Moth that aberration blocked. Okay. And now he dies. Okay. Champion I like, grids I like. I'll take a Whip Flare, Bitter Blossom, some Thoughtseizes, go down a few Scourges. Actually, keep a couple Scourges, go down some Signal Pests, go down some Memnites. Maybe a Master. Galvanic Blast is fine, but as interaction goes, I think the Whip Flares and the grids are probably enough. Like, Whip Flare kills anything that he has that Blast would kill, and then potentially more. And Grid just kills all of his creatures that I've seen so far. Really, I'm just shaving some of those slightly weaker cards. Vault Scourge, because Lifelink is not super critical against him, I don't think. I'd rather have more things that punch through his random removals and make life miserable. Signal Pest, because he does have some flyers, although it is good in the race. Memnite, kind of cheap and shitty and easy to cut. I'm not cutting Bowmet Couriers yet. Mostly because I don't want to cut these because I want to see how they interact with the game. And also, they seem fine in this matchup. They force him to shoot them, although he tends to want to shoot the Vault Scourges and the Pests anyways. We'll see. seems my commentary tonight has been mostly just saying any thought that comes through my head when it comes to Magic. Sometimes I try to, I don't know, explain specific points that I've thought about, and this is much more of the time of just like say all of the thoughts that come to me while I'm playing the game. It's worth noting that when you're playing in serious tournaments, like I am currently not doing, playing these leagues, it is very important to take your time and think through all of the lines. I don't when I'm recording these videos because, honestly, for the most part, I play this for fun, and thinking really hard about a lot of plays is not quite as enjoyable. This just has too much gas, air, sorry, not gas, but air. The Edge Champion makes it very tempting to keep, though. I think I will, but this is... I don't like having 3 bad lands. Like, if he just has a whole bunch of spot removal and does, you know, spot removal, spot removal, spot removal on all of my stuff, and I can't keep Metalcraft for the Edge Champion, then I'm in deep trouble. I wouldn't put it past this kind of player to have a Shatterstorm. So that's one thing I'll have to be worried about. But I don't think I'm very much in a position to play around it. If he has Shatterstorm, I'll probably just lose. Bitter Blossom, Darksteel Citadel, Mox Opal would all be nice draws. Move the Ravager counter to the Ornithopter. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, if I play the Etch Champion, it's super easy for him to just go, you know, Bolt Scourge, Bolt Bolt Champion, and then that's all kinds of bad for me. Citadel, as mentioned previously, quite good. Quite good because it provides another artifact that won't go away, so that Etch Champion has a much better chance. I'm probably playing into Mono League. Interesting. Maybe this is a V-click. Clicks me, sees that I don't have anything that gets around Shatterstorm and Shatterstorms. Definite possibility. Probably taking the Etch Champion, though, I'd imagine. I wonder what the chances that this guy has Madcap Empyrean in his deck. Pretty high, I would say. If he's not taking an Etch Champion, something's up. Wonder what it is. Hercules recall. Did not see that one coming. That was annoying. I think I'll play the Bowman Courier. Man, Snapcaster Hercules. Ugh. I plan on trying to trade off against the Vendilion Click. Is this a cryptic or just a remand? Disrupting Shoal for 2. Okay. Well, this is not looking great, although that really helps. Yeah, let's cast this. I mean, he can Disrupting Shoal, he can Mono League, he can do a bunch of things. Pay 2 for it. Yeah, I will pay 2 for it. Snapcaster. Is this a Snap Hercule or a Snap Spell Pierce? Snap Spell Pierce. Well, he's not snapping the Hercules. So that's good. Can't afford to trade damage. Don't want to go in with the Courier because I'd rather have the Courier than him having the Snapcaster. Bold Bolt. Well, I was not going to beat the snap. That was annoying. Alright, definitely want another Whip Flare and a Blast. I'm going to go down some champions and up the Memnite. Try to go a little bit faster, because if he's on the bounce plan as his hate card of choice, I'd rather just be able to reload quicker. I feel like if I get a grid down, I'm probably good. uncommonly long amount of time for someone to be thinking about their game 3 sideboard strategy. Come on. Just play. So far, Moment Courier has performed unremarkably. It never felt particularly good or bad. This hand is fine. This is a hand where I feel like I'm very glad I have Moment Courier as opposed to Galvanic Blast, simply because it gets in some damage and then it reloads my hand on like turn 3 or something if he doesn't kill it. Also, just most of the Delver threats feel so bad to Galvanic Blast, you know? Because they come into play and they get their value. Like, you never want to Galvanic Blast to Snappy. Delver is the only thing that you actually feel like you're trading evenly by blasting. Top with Serum Visions. Okay. That's a good sign. Can't have much. Well, actually, I wonder what would incentivize him to keep into a Serve and Visions top, and then play a Steam Vents tapped. It's somewhat bizarre. Mox Opal draw was nice. Sure. I'll leave up drawing one card off Blink Moth. Not Blink Moth, but Moment Courier. Anger of the Gods. Okay. Well, I dig one deeper. Yeah, that was a decent Moment Courier. I felt happy with it. This feels pretty good so far. He doesn't really have a good way to deal with Etch Champions. I have a bucket load of manlands and he can't kill me with any creatures for a while. So probably just chipping him to death with an Etch Champion over the next 5 turns while he can't do anything about it. Is it Charm Faithless looting? Nope. A Young Pyro. Sure. Yeah, this is enough for me to fry it. I don't need to get greedier than this. Charting course is just wasting time. Might as well play the Ravager. See what happens. If he has Hercule's Recall, I do not lose much by playing the... I lose 1 mana by attacking with Inkmoth this turn. Putting him down to 1 is fine. I don't want to start sacking stuff to Arcbound Ravager when he could have things like Hercules. 1 is such a low margin that I should have a relatively easy time winning from here. I mean, especially when I have an Etch Champion in play. So he's got to, like, Shatterstorm to kill the Etch Champion, and then have Mountain untapped for a Lightning Bolt to kill the Blinkmoth, and that's, like, his plan. That doesn't do it. That does not do it. Oh, I thought he was going to go for Anger and try to anger away an Etch Champion, which would have been funny. Probably digging for Hercule's Recall. Hercule's Recall does buy him turns. I will give him that. Because if he gets Hercule's Recall after I attack, then I can't attack with the Blinkmoth anyways.